Will, just give us an idea of how you've enjoyed your time with Cass so far.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. It's a good set of lads, and feel like already in the short time I've been here, we've progressed quite a lot. With like Lasty taking over permanently and stuff like that. I think the group's coming together, and yeah, we're starting to see some progress now, especially with the win last week.
I know when you came in last, he was sort of talking about you being a project and for the future and that sort of thing. Did you imagine that you would have played 4 games before now?
Um, I don't know. I'm fighting to get in the team every week, like everyone else. So yeah, that's I'm not. I know I'm young, and I've got a lot of growth in me still as well. But I'm still wanting to play every week like everyone else. So I was hoping that if things went well, this is the situation I'd be in. I'd be playing regularly. So yeah,
How did it feel when you got to make your debut?
just really excited. I was just grateful for the opportunity because it'd been a while since I'd played in the first team. Since the back end of last year. So just yeah, looking forward to doing my job and getting out there really, and especially to do it against my old club as well.
And 2 tries in 4 games, including the Challenge Cup as well. It's not a bad return, is it?
Yeah, I'll take it for now. But yeah, that's one small part of the job. There's a lot to the game, and I've got a few things to brush up on, and I'll make sure I do that.
You've played on the wing for Cass. You have played in the centres before. Which is your preferred position?
I really don't have a preferred position at the minute. I'm just looking to play as much as I can and get that experience. I think playing different positions, it's a blessing for me anyway to be able to play more than one. So I'm just happy to play wherever really and do my job for the team.
What did that win last week do for the group?
Yeah, everyone's buzzing. It's hopefully it's the start of something now. We can build on it. We were glad that we won, but we're back in the next day reviewing, getting ready for the next week. So it's not, that's not the end of that's not the job done. We've won one game now. We've got to win more now. So.
And in terms of your performances so far, like I say, you've got the tries have come. Are you happy with your contributions as a whole so far?
I've definitely got things to work on, like everyone does. But yeah, I'm fairly happy. I'm talking to Lasty, every week about how I'm getting on and things like that, and working on what he wants me to work on. So as long as I'm seeing progress every week, I'll be happy.
And you've had spells in the past, haven't you? Out on loan, Rochdale, Workington. I think you had a couple of games at Dewsbury as well, didn't you? At those times, obviously, like you say, you're still a young player, but at those times, have you always got in your mind, yes, I will make it in Super League? Or at those times, are you thinking, I need to work a lot harder? Or what was your mindset when you're out on loan at those sort of teams?
It was just about making the most of the opportunity that I've got, really. Sort of coming into the first team setup, my first year was 2020, so COVID year. There's not really any reserve games or anything like that. It was a difficult time to come through some sort of pathway. So I made a couple of games that year. Then 2021 barely played. So when Workington last year, I got a solid 3 months of playing every week for the first time since I was a kid, since I was in the academy. So that was massive for me. So I was just really excited to be making the most of that opportunity. Basically, I'm not thinking too much about bigger picture stuff. I'm just when you're in that situation, you just focus on doing your job that week and playing, because it's just an opportunity to do what you want to do and do your job.
And what's the bigger picture stuff now? Now that you've got this chance at Cass, is it just about nailing down a position, a regular position?
Yeah, 100%. I want to establish myself as a Super League player, and hopefully, this opportunity gives me that chance to nail the spot down.
And you're an exciting player, aren't you? You like to take defences on and try and get on the outside of players as well. How much are you mindful of the fact that Cass fans like to see rugby played in a certain way?
Well, yeah, the club's known for it, isn't it? Classy Cass, so don't want to disappoint the fans. And yeah, I'm always willing to try some stuff on the pitch. I've not really done too much of that yet, but I'll definitely show them some stuff, hopefully at some point.
You're not really gone airborne yet, have you? Is that in your game?
Yeah, I've got it in me. I've that Salford game the other week. I bombed a couple of chances I shouldn't have, and now I'm working on that, taking my chances. But I've got it in my game definitely.
What about Saints on Friday? Then where do you see their main threats coming from?
Uh, they've got threats all over the pitch, haven't they? Really, we just need to be mindful of doing our job and taking care of them out of yardage, and getting in that arm wrestle with them.
Who's on your side? Who would you find yourself opposite, do you think, on Friday?
We'll see the big
Benison
game.
on that side, I think, isn't it?
It was last week, but we're expecting. I think they've got a few players coming back. Maybe we're not too sure, so we'll see. We'll play whoever we're up against. They've been chopping and changing a bit with injuries and stuff like that, so we can't expect too much.
How have you generally done when you've gone over there in the past?
Played there last year, and we got beat full KR. But other than that, that's my only game against them. So.
And Cass, you have to go back quite a while. I mean, it was a couple of years ago they broke that awful run against the league runner away to Saints as well. Do you sense there's a belief within the current group that they can back that up?
Yeah, 100%. We know what we've got in us, and the win last week gave us a lot of confidence, and they're off the back of a loss. But yeah, we just need to focus on ourselves. We don't really take into consideration runs like that or anything. Like I wasn't aware of that sort of long run that we'd had or whatever. So we don't really focus on the history of it too much. We're just going there to do a job Friday night.
And big picture stuff in terms of the season. Obviously, the fight is on, isn't it, at the bottom end of the table? Are you up for the fight? Do you feel like that squad there's up for the fight to keep their place in Super League?
Yeah, definitely. I think we showed that last week. We showed a lot of commitment and effort in that, for the full 80 minutes last week. And we pulled off a good win, so we just need to keep backing that up again.
I remember speaking to you a couple of years ago when you were first coming into the scene at Hull KR, and you were a very eloquent young guy when Tony Smith was the coach there. Your career there didn't kick on quite as well as I thought it might have done, given some of your early form. Now that you're at Castleford, do you see this as a real great opportunity to make a name for yourself in Super League?
Yeah, 100%. That was, the reason for the move, really. I'm looking to establish myself as a Super League player and nail down a spot. And Cass have given me the opportunity to try and do that. Nothing's set like at all. But that's what I'm looking to do. Just keep progressing and hopefully get there.
And to come on board, and get a win against Warrington last week, hell of a result. And of course, you scored a try, of course, as well. That's hopefully an upward trajectory from here.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot to the game other than scoring tries as well as a winger, and I've got a lot to work on still as well. But I'm working with Lasty on that, and I've learned a lot since I've been here. So hopefully, just keep progressing in that area. So.
Well, he's a very technical coach, isn't he? And if you've got some technical weaknesses in your game, I would think he's a pretty good coach to play for, to give you some advice on how to improve your game generally. Yeah,
definitely. We've had some pretty honest chats where we've spoken about what he wants me to work on, and I'm trying to nail those things down, and hopefully I'll get them sorted and progress from there. Really.
Do you see a long-term future at Castleford for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I've really enjoyed it so far. It's a good set of lads, and also like a good set of young lads as well coming through. You've seen that past few weeks, a few of the boys playing more regularly in that younger category. So yeah, I think it could be really exciting. Yeah.
Just remind me how long your deal is for, if you would.
The end of 2025.
Right, I see. So it's a long-term commitment as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you're confident the team can. I mean, last week's result must have taken a lot of weight off everybody's shoulders, not least Andy Lass. I mean, with the threat of relegation, you're now 6 points ahead of Wakefield. And frankly, if you can beat Warrington, you can probably beat most other sides in the competition as well, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, that's a culmination of, a month, 6 weeks hard work that we've done since Lassie got the job permanently and could really put his marker down. I think we've been progressing every week since then, really, on the training pitch and in games as well. So, we're going to continue to work hard and continue to progress, and I'm sure we'll pick up some more wins for the rest of the year as well.
St Helens, though, is a tough one, isn't it? Because they had a bit of a setback at Hull last Saturday, and they're not the sort of side that takes defeat lying down. I don't suppose you might say, and a trip there when they're coming back, from that sort of defeat, you could have picked an easier game really to follow up the Warrington game.
Yeah, these are the ones that you want to play in, though. It don't get much tougher than Saints away. And you know, we're up for it. We're feeling confident. You know, based off how we've been playing, how we played last week, and we know that if we come in with that sort of commitment, we won't go far wrong.